Hey guys, Jeff here from Jeff-AHTabletop, bringing you a channel update. So before I get into the main update, I've been without a decent internet connection for about a week or so now. That's why I haven't put up any videos. Normally I try and get at least one short video up a week, if possible. But yeah, that's why I haven't put a video up in a couple of weeks. Yeah, so quick update just before I get into the main thing on the terrain square comp. Just about finished my piece. I'm going to hold off putting a video up until it's finished because it's only got about an hour's left of work done on it and probably about an overnight or 2 nights probably worth of drying glue. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty much done. So you can look out for a video, the final video for that coming out in the next few days, hopefully. I'm going to try and get that done as soon as possible. But yeah, so now I'm going to go on to the main reason I'm making this video. I've been thinking a lot lately and made some pretty big decisions hobby-wise, which are going to affect the channel. So the first major change is that I will no longer be playing Warhammer Fantasy. So as a result, I'll be getting rid of both my Empire and Skaven armies. I won't be getting rid of all of my models. I will be keeping some models, some units and characters that I really like and enjoyed painting, or still have to paint and really want to. And so stuff like my Marcus Wolfheart model, my Witch Hunter model, my Demi-Griffs. I'll be keeping my crossbowman unit from the Warboss Tage Light Pain challenge that I did, that started my channel, as well as a handful of other miniatures that I really like, some of my Skaven models and stuff as well. Just because I still really like the models, I just can't really justify having two armies at the moment because I don't really play the game anymore, and I don't plan on playing the game anymore. So yeah, so I still might pick up the odd character model here and there for fantasy, just for something to paint up, sort of more of a collection thing rather than getting an army together to play a game. So you still will see some more fantasy content on the channel. It's just going to be a lot less. And I'm still going to be playing Mordheim, which I'm going to go into in a few minutes. So you will still see like Games Workshop models and some Warhammer Fantasy stuff, as I said. But yeah, so so there's a few reasons why I decided to drop fantasy as my main game. And just before I get into what they are, none of this has anything to do with the new edition coming out or anything like that. It's just a coincidence that sort of all of these rumors and stuff are coming up at the same time as I'm leaving the game. I'm simply leaving the game for really two main reasons. Firstly is I just don't play the game anymore, like I said before. I just really rarely get the time to actually have a game of Warhammer Fantasy, and I only have a few friends that play it. I have a very small gaming circle, so I just don't really get a chance to have a game, and it's been over 6 months, I think more like 8, since I've even had a game, so I don't currently justify having two full armies. But I still really like all the models and the game, and so I'm going to be keeping all my books so I can read through them and look at the models and stuff and read the fluff because it's still really cool and interesting to me. And who knows, I might pick the game up again somewhere down the track. And like I said, I'll be keeping some models because one, I'm playing Mordheim, and two, I just really like a lot of the models, so I want to keep them. Yeah, so reason two is that I'm becoming more and more interested in 6mm historical gaming. So as you can probably tell by all the recent content on my channel, I am really enjoying 6mm, and I plan on getting a lot more into it. And the beauty of 6mm armies is I take up about 1/10 of the space, so I'll be able to collect more and paint more armies at this scale, which means I'll be able to create more content for the channel. But that just means that the channel is going to have a lot more 6mm based content, so if you're not into that, you might not be too excited about that. But in saying that, it's not going to be probably any more than what's currently happening with 6mm, because I'm still going to be playing Mordheim, and Mordheim's going to take a big piece of my content, which I'll talk about in a minute, like I said before. So there's a few other minor reasons for leaving fantasy, but they pretty much just formulate the two main reasons: that I don't play the game anymore, and that I'm sort of becoming less interested in the game. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to be keeping a few models, so you'll still see the odd fantasy model here and there, but you won't see any like full army project logs. For instance, like Project Skaven or Skaven Project, whatever I called it. It's going to cease to exist pretty much because I'm not going to have the army anymore. So yeah, the second major change that that's going to really happen is that I'll be playing more Mordheim. So like I said earlier, I'll be keeping some of my models from my armies and there will be still Warhammer Fantasy miniatures on my channel. They're just going to be in the context of Mordheim, because I'm going to be using the models to form warbands. I still will collect a few like random miniatures that will have nothing to do with Mordheim, probably at some stage, but for the most part, most of the Warhammer Fantasy content, or most of the Games Workshop miniatures and Warhammer Fantasy miniatures that are going to be seen on my channel are going to be Mordheim related. So yeah, I'm be doing some converting and stuff to make up some more warbands. So I've already got a Skaven warband. There's a video series, Project Mordheim, that goes over my Skaven warband. I put up quite a while ago. So including that one, I'm going to have 6 warbands all up. I'm going to have another Skaven warband giving me 2 Skaven warbands, a Witch Hunter band, an Avalon band, a Middenheim band, and a Reikland band. So yeah, I'm going to be painting up these warbands over the next few weeks or months, however long it takes me to do. Hopefully not months, because by the time once I finish them, I'm hoping to start a campaign with a few friends. I've been talking to one of my friends who's really interested, and we're hoping that we can get a bit of a campaign happening, which is one of the reasons I am going to have 6 warbands. Is so even though quite a few of my friends don't have any miniatures or anything, they can just use one of the warbands I've built up, and we can hopefully get a few more people, get a decent size like campaign happening. Yeah. Not only that, but having all these warbands will give me some versatility. So if we decide to do a campaign, I want to play with one of my Skaven bands, and the next time, instead of having to use Skaven again, I might play with my Middenheim band, or my Reikland band, or my Witch Hunter band. Now I got a few more options and stuff, which is always nice to have. So yeah, that's pretty much the 2 major changes. I have also been making some small changes, sort of the behind the scenes stuff for the channel, mainly to do with how I film and edit. I'm attempting to make my filming and editing process more streamlined, so I can spend less time on individual videos while making a sort of better sort of end video, and hopefully that should lead to me being able to spend more time doing painting and stuff, and then maybe get more videos out a little bit more regularly, because at the moment I'm sort of, like I've said before, I just sort of make them when I get the chance, but I do have a sort of a little bit of a thing where I try and get at least a video out a week. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this, guys. So just a quick recap. The channel will see no more Warhammer Fantasy related stuff, despite the occasional figure here and there. There will be a heap of Mordheim related stuff coming up, and I'll also be continuing to make plenty of 6mm content as well. So yeah, if you've been enjoying my 6mm content, you get to keep enjoying that, because that's going to keep going at probably about the pace it's going at the moment. And if you like Mordheim, then you're probably going to be pretty interested in the videos that'll be coming up. And like I said, there will still be a little bit of Warhammer Fantasy related stuff, like the occasional character and that, so it's not going to be completely gone from my channel. So for those people that do subscribe to me for my Warhammer Fantasy, you'll get it in the form of Mordheim and the occasional pickup of miniatures. But yeah, that's about it for this one, guys. So yeah, as always, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye for now.